on the ATF officers that were there to execute that warrant. What's very interesting, and I'd like to admit and submit into the record, a letter that's been sent from ATF to Mr. Jim Jordan, dated May 21st, 2024, from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Explosives.
Without objection.
Thank you. And in that letter, it reminds this Congress that in 2021, the department directed its law enforcement components, including ATF, to develop plans for a phased implementation of body-worn cameras. But the very thing that they're trying to do, which is to eliminate the ATF, is the reason that they don't have body cams, because they didn't give them the funding for it. Congress has specifically stated in its appropriations that they don't want to fund ATF. They don't want to give them the money to be able to operate. They don't want to give Mr. Klickner's clients sufficient ATF officers to be able to quickly do the kind of paperwork that they need. That's why they're taking so long. They don't want to give them the funding to be able to have body cams. And so ATF has only a third of its individuals who are wearing body cams, and have specifically requested from Congress the funding so that everyone can wear those body cams. And my colleagues have denied that. They're the ones who have said they don't need that money. Let's get rid of ATF. They have legislation to abolish the ATF, the elimination of the ATF Act, abolish the ATF Act, and eliminate this woke, weaponized agency. Everything's woke when you don't like it. Eliminate it, and that way, these are the reasons. So they want to have it both ways. They want to say that they don't have body cams, and that's the reason they're doing, and you know, we feel sorry for people who haven't had the body cams, but they're the reason they don't have them. Point it right back at yourself, why those body cams weren't on them, and see if that continues to work for you. But you know, we're also talking about another thing that was discussed, which I found very interesting, was that individuals who are doing this as hobbies. One of the reasons that we changed the rule to the engaged in business rule is because an individual who can have as his primary income a large income can then sell a lot of firearms and not be considered a firearms dealer because their primary income is more than the firearms income that they're doing, even if it's voluminous, the amount of firearm sales that they're making, if their primary income level is higher. And so, a couple of years ago in 2022, President Biden signed the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which has, as was one of its rules, a rule with regard to no longer can an individual hide the fact that they are, by all accounts, by a common law person's accounts, an actual firearms dealer and not a hobbyist. And you know, one of the ways I would look at determining if in fact a person is a hobbyist as opposed to a firearms dealer is, you know, Ms. Sampson, in your opinion, is someone who buys and then almost immediately resells at least 150 firearms in a 3-year period a hobbyist or an unlicensed gun dealer?
If that is what a person was doing, then they would be more likely to be an unlicensed gun dealer.
Is it concerning to you if someone sells 150 firearms and conducts no background check on the individuals who are purchasing those firearms?
Yes, because ATF data shows that those unlicensed and unbackground check sales usually end up going to prohibited purchasers.
I'd like to submit for the record the actual search warrant, the unsealed application for a search warrant, and the affidavit and other information therein, which on page 28 states that as of February 27, 2024, approximately 6 firearms are known to have been recovered in the commission of crimes. Those are related to the firearms from that Mr. Malinowski purchased and then sold.
Mr. Chairman, could I?
No, I'm speaking. It's my time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And then, in your opinion, Ms. Sampson, would ATF be justified in being concerned when someone sells a firearm to an individual who has been convicted of robbery and is prohibited from owning a gun?
Yes, because selling to a prohibited purchaser is a violation of the law.
In your opinion, would ATF be justified in being concerned
Time,
when selling a firearm that lands in the hands of a 15-year-old member of the Nortina criminal street gang?
Yes.
Thank you. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Mr. Cummins, I think Mr. Stubbe will give you a chance to respond.
Mr. Cummins, you wanted to respond to that?
I just wanted to quickly
Is
say.
this his time now?
Yes, it's